that should have been resolved and was in 1965-66, which said that it's the constitutional right for people to vote.
I felt that the great progress of the 20th century was expanding our franchise. You know, because of people like Dr. Josie Johnson, who's right here. That's part of our Minnesotan tradition, is expanding the right to vote. And I think that it's very un-Minnesotan to try to contract the vote and try to restrict people's ability to vote.
My friends, if you can keep in the back of your mind, if nothing else, the rationale for all of this, and the fear that I have, and many like me have, of taking our democracy back, the rationale for this is simple. It's to deny people who have control, in many cases, of the numbers and the encouragement of voting and exercising their right, to deny them that opportunity.
Probably the great-granddaughter of a suffragist. This is about disenfranchising the fringes of our society that don't get represented normally, and it takes an immense amount of work for them to even conceive of voting. If you've done registration, if you've encouraged people to vote, I've worked with campuses, I've worked on all sorts of different neighborhoods, I've registered voters, I've been an election judge. It takes a lot of effort for everyone except the privileged like us sitting in this room.
My mother's 93 years old, Virginia Lehman. She and my father had a farm that raised food that helped feed troops during World War II. Greatest generation. 20 years ago, her eyes started to fail. She has macular degeneration. She has no driver's license. She has no passport. She has no government ID. She moved into a nursing home to be close to my sister, so she's far from her county of birth. So running to the courthouse to get a birth certificate is not something that's easy to do. She's not going to be allowed to vote after her working her whole life for this country if this thing passes, because she has no voter ID. If you have a grandparent, or a parent, or a great aunt, or a great uncle, or a friend in a nursing home, or a friend who's a senior, someone in your congregation who's elderly, tell them they're not going to be allowed to vote if this thing goes forward.
In response to Catherine Kirsten, who's calling Richie names, that she's right. We need to have a clear, concise title. I suggest, shall the Constitution be modified to make it more difficult for Democrats to vote?
The notion that we need this to prevent voter fraud isn't a good faith mistake, it's a lie. It's as big a lie as the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. This is there for the purpose of keeping people who don't vote Republican from voting. And any other explanation is a lie, and that's the message that we have to convey from between now and November.
I'm 69 years old. I remember the voter registration drives in the South. Some of my friends went there. I did a little bit. Some people I know got killed. We need a backup plan. The backup plan is a new voter registration drive. If this thing passes, we got to get out there and register those 200,000 people who are going to be disenfranchised.
That's right. That's right.
The July-August issue of Mother Jones. It's fantastic. The lead title is "Wanna Buy an Election?" You're more likely to spot a flying saucer than a lying voter.
So many seniors, so many low-income people, so many students, so many people who lose a license, so many servicemen and women who are serving this country. I mean, for so many people, it's not true. And so what we're asking people to do is to stop saying that it's true because it's true for me. No, what's true for you is not necessarily true for everyone. So the way it's been working is working, so we don't need to change it. And all this stuff about fraud is lies.